Hey peeps, Paji here from GameStone. Now today I'm going to kind of give you a tips and tricks video. It's going to be between like 25, 30 tips and tricks. It's going to be for if you're playing with a controller, but also like all the other things that I learned so far, things that might be useful in the game. And especially if you're playing with a controller, because with a controller it's different than with mouse and keyboard. You know, I cannot play good with a mouse and keyboard, so I have to play with a controller. So yeah, that's why I wanted to make this video for you guys. Now, the first thing I really want to talk about, if you want to craft something, doesn't matter what you want to craft, right? If I go, for instance, here to my survival fabricator, and I want to craft something, and press X here. Also, do remember it does not work with a PlayStation controller. This game only works with an Xbox controller. Now, for instance, if I want to craft this right here, the thing at the bottom right, or I want to take the probe here, right? Now, normally what you would do is you think, okay, you press A again, it would work. Now, you have to press A and then X, right? Before you can do it. So crafting is X. It's going to be square if you would have a PlayStation controller, right? But what I tend to do a lot of the time is just press X. And then I started crafting like the thing that was above instead of like the pro that I wanted. So, and I can tell you, if you're using controller, this is gonna happen a lot. You're probably gonna like have this happen. For me, I wasted so many materials just doing this constantly, just pressing something, and I was making like copper or something like that, and I needed something else, right? I need like a copper needs, and I need steel, I don't know, and I was just wasting my materials right there. So yeah, do remember, first you need to click it on A, that's X for a PlayStation, if you can manage to make it work PlayStation, and then X, which is clear on the touch controller, to actually craft it right there. Now the other one I think I want to show you here is on the map right here. Now the map just changed. The update happened today. I'm recording this on the 10th. This all these things above here, everything is still in the clouds again. Everything was open here before because I've been here. Now I have to go travel here again to open it up, or if I would open it here. So yeah, let's see how we're doing this. So I can't show you everything here, I think, because yeah, everything is gonna. So yeah, this here, right here, it's when you. This is like basically part 3. This is like the third area where you're going to. This is quicksand. You don't want to drive in this. If you go in this, the worm will come. If you get stuck, I think you can even sink in it. I don't know. I never tried it. I didn't test it. This is drum sand right here, those swift floods. The thing is, if you drive over these, you're gonna alert the sandworms much faster than you would before. So be pretty careful if you go over. And what I tend to do, or I would advise, is like, if you want to go, for instance, from here to here or something, you go in between here. If you want to go to the other side, what I would do, what is the most safest, is go in here, reverse the small ones, then here. Because you're only going to have to go through one big gap here. So this is like a larger part. And then these are all small parts. If you go this way, which is faster, then you have to go a long distance here and a long distance here. And it doesn't matter if there's drum sand or not. Once in a while, you're going to see it happen. You're going to alert the worm. It's going to go after you. If you see it, turn back. If you're not that far. If you're halfway, use your booster, or just go as fast as you can, you know. But if you can turn back, I do it a lot, you know. In the beginning when I see it coming, just turn back and go back over there. Now the other thing I want to kind of talk about is the spawns, because I saw a lot of people saying, yeah, if you go over here, you get this weapon, you get this. It doesn't work like that, this game, right? It's random, right? So it's a random spawn for each person individually. It's going to be something different. It's not going to be the same for me. It's going to be for you, right? It might be the same, but 9 times out of 10, you're going to have something different there. So all the video that you see, like, yeah, this weapon, get it there. Some of them might be there. Most of them are not going to be there. You're going to have to go there, check out what the item is that drops there. Something else might drop the second time around, because I noticed sometimes it rotates between 2 different items, or sometimes it isn't there. So yeah, just what you basically want to do is just make sure you just reverse as much of these little houses here that you see. Campfires also, stuff like that. If you go there, there's like chances you can get something special there. Don't know what's gonna be. Now the other thing you really want to do, because for me, I went this way first, and I can't let it go faster. Like maybe because I'm using a controller, this goes really slow, right? So I pretty much started here in the bottom, right? I'm going to start there. Okay, so I started here in the bottom, and I went this way here because I saw somebody say it in the video like this. And then I went all the way over here to the houses, right? And I went everywhere here. Also, I think I went down here a little bit. I think there's a couple of houses here. Can't see them anymore. I have to scan the area again because of the update. Really annoying. But there's like two things I missed here. But the thing is though, yeah, if I go back there now, that's probably gonna give me like low level loot. I would just say take your time. Don't rush it. Just go over the map, collect all the different weapons. There's some really cool gear pieces that you can actually skin later on, you know. There's a lot of cool weapons, really strong weapons that I didn't collect, other people have, and vice versa. If you look at my character, I'm level 67 now, it's all purple gear here, and I think this is still from the beginning. I'm wearing this, right? I'm going really slow, I'm leveling pretty fast so, but I'm not that far as the most people are at level 67 just because I spent so much time going around the world, right? I think a lot of people just rushed it and they're really far at like helicopter stuff like that, but they pretty much went in a straight line up and went a couple places, get their gear, and just went through the map as fast as possible. So I would say just take your time there. You can have really more fun to do it that way. Now the other thing is, I'm gonna stay in the map. These are PvP zones here. If you go here, for instance, you see a shipwreck. This is a PvP zone. Might be some others that are added. I don't know. I know that shipwreck is one. This one, I'm not sure. I don't think so. It's in the beginning. But I'm pretty sure this one is one right here. Now I haven't come across the other one. I could see it on my map, but I didn't go there yet. I think it's somewhere here. I think. Well, there also might be a PvP zone right there. Thing is though, as it stands right now, there's only 60 players in your whole server. It looks like way more if you see the bases exclusion. But yeah, just watch out, because if they see you in a distance and you see them, you're probably gonna shoot them because you think they're like an enemy, right? And they might just shoot you back, and then yeah, you can lose all of your stuff, like some of your stuff, like your money and stuff like that. And also, yeah, use the probe launcher. So pretty much what you're gonna get later on your inventory. One of the things I just crafted here. I don't know where I put the launching thingy. I need to get the stick somewhere. Or should I craft it again? It's probably in my other base. I'm pretty sure it's in my other base. But yeah, there's like a probe launcher. I'm gonna see if I can here the survey launcher. This one right there. So this one can shoot this ball up in the air, and then you can actually see what's in the vicinity there. So all the materials, everything that's in the area right there. So yeah, pretty cool. And it pretty much opens up the map. It will say what you can, what all the gathering spots are, all the camps that are there, stuff like that. Now I can't see anything anymore here. You can see there's no icons. Just at my base camp here, you can see some of them if I zoom in, because yeah, the update just happened now. I think like an hour ago, something like that. But you're going to be able to see everything you can collect. Like here it's carbon, salvage metal, copper. It's going to be other stuff if you're lower in the levels right there. So yeah. Now also don't build your bases too big at the beginning area, right? If you do it in the first area right down, it's useless, because you're going to be up later on. You're not going to go down anymore, and you're going to have to build such a big base for nothing, right? You can take it, you can scan the base and hold it on a plant so you can rebuild it somewhere else, but I wouldn't suggest doing it. I just kept it to go a little bit faster, really small. Now I got a bigger base. This is like a copy of my other base. It's almost the same. I had the other one somewhere else, but I copied it, placed it down here. I had to like change some things because of the layout of the land is a little bit different here on the mountain. So yeah, pretty much what you can do. Now you can also move it, but it's kind of dangerous, right? So for instance, if you put like one of those beacons down, if I would put one of those suck feed consoles down, you can actually see which area is taking. Now the thing was, I had to move mine a little because it was a little bit too much to the right. You can actually do it, but you have to be careful, because once you actually remove it, people can go inside of your base and pretty much raid it, right? So you can actually do it really quickly. Just take it out, take it away, place a little bit to the left or the right, place it back again, so you can actually make sure that your base fits in. Because mine, it was too much to the left, and I couldn't fit in my building there, so I had to like change it quite a bit, right? So yeah. Now the other thing is base placement. Now you can see what I did. I built up in the air, right? So the reason is because I also know I'm in a pathway. Now people can still go underneath here with their buggies or with their bikes, right? Now what I've seen happen a lot, but crazy a lot. You can not really see it like on the other side on the map because it seems like to be more player than 60. It's only 60 players in the server. Believe me, the houses are everywhere. It's crazy. And the thing is, what happens a lot. For instance, here, if you wanna take, for instance, you have a hiding spot here or somewhere, or here on the other side, and a dude shuts off this pathway here. What happens a lot, believe me, it happens more than you think. And you're here, a storm is coming, you're running, oh fuck, I need to go there. And the fastest way is actually going here. But somebody plays something there. That happens so many times to me, it's actually crazy. Like the time that I almost died because somebody plopped this base in the middle of a pathway and I couldn't go through there. I didn't have the time to put my bike away, so I just ran around and just made it in time. It's just insane. I'm pretty sure people died because of it, man. People need to try and stop doing this. I know it's a game and it's fun. Some people might think it's funny, but if it's not that funny, if you played for like maybe 20 or 30 hours, you die and you lose your stuff. Because pretty much what will happen, your money's gonna drop on the ground and everything you gathered. But the thing that's worse is your money, right? And for instance, your money or some really cool gear that you gathered with, which was really rare, and it drops there. It might set you back for tens of hours. I'm not kidding you, just because one guy decided to put his base in the middle of a pathway, right? So build it up. If you do it, I do it too, because sometimes you just can't do it. You're gonna be in the middle of a pathway. It's just what it is. Just try to build it up. Make sure people can still pass. Okay. So that's pretty much the other one thing I want to say about base building right there. The other thing is repair your ship enough. Now, the thing is, for me, if you can see here in my inventory, you can see my durability. It's lost a little bit, and I only have like a little red ones right here on the back. Now I repair my gear a lot. You know, if you don't do this, I've noticed if it drops or under a certain percentage, it's like maybe 60% or something, it degrades really fast. And if you want to get it back up, it's gonna get a very big chunk of red instead of a smaller one. And it's the same with your bike. So if, for instance, here I wanted to repair my bike, right? I do it a lot. Every time I come back, you can see, but I've been using this gear, this item already for a long time. Maybe it's MK3. You can see it's not too big, the red piece. I can use it for a long time. But what I did with my first bike, I let it go to half, and it was pretty fast that it went there. And then I built it up, and it went back to a quarter or something. So it's weird. I think it works like that. If you just repair it more, you will last longer with the stuff right there. Now the other thing I want to show you is how do you actually do it, like what I'm doing now, that you can show your headgear, turn it on or turn it off. So pretty much what you're gonna do is go to options, here to settings, then go to gameplay right here. So helmet, yes, for instance, confirm changes, and then now it's showing it, right? So yeah. Also make sure you have enough fuel with you for your bike. Yeah, for instance, normally I should always carry, now I've got too much stuff on me just for the video. I wouldn't take all these. This is water, stuff like this, you know, only take this preset. But for instance here, I always take one that's half depleted with me for traveling, because your fuel, you will discover you can run out of it quicker than you actually think. Then the other thing is water. Water is one of the things you're gonna need the most in the game. In the beginning, I just went from the little plant patches right here. I'm gonna show you right here. I went from patch to patch, and you can drink it, but it only will fill up to 1/3 of a bar that you can see in the left corner right there. So it will only fill up 1/3 every time you do it. But in the beginning, it's pretty doable to survive. Just go from patch to patch. Later on, you will get tools if you can actually get it. Now the thing is, we get the radio menu here. If you hold on your Y button, it pops up. This is how you basically go through your stuff. It's really clunky. I'm not kidding you. And I'm used to Monster Hunter. I played a lot of Monster Hunter. The radio menu from Monster Hunter works 10 times better. Look, I push down and it fucking does the bandage on. It's constantly like switching up the wrong weapon, stuff like this. I hope they change it to make it work better or something. I don't know, man, but there's something wrong with it. There's a lot of glitches in the game. You're gonna discover it soon when you start playing the game. Now the other thing is use a sniper rifle. Now this thing I picked up already on the second day I was using it. So on the sixth, I started from the moment when it came out. Because this thing you can see, it shoots out poison darts. Now if you're shooting it at an enemy, see if I can actually show you quickly. There should be one normally up here somewhere. Fighting here, right? This one's got a shield. One won't, right? You can see, bam, headshot once. If I do a body shot, yeah, okay, that will do. Now it even goes through shields. If you start shooting it, you can see the green smoke getting poisoned here, right? And you can see it's already dead. That's because of the thing, right? It's because of the gun. The sniper rifle is one of the strongest weapons in the game in the beginning. Now the shotgun is also very strong. You saw somebody, but you have to be really close. It doesn't go to shield, so it's really annoying. If you go further into the game, almost every enemy is wearing a shield. So yeah. Then the other thing you pretty much want to do every single time, yeah, just take their blood. You need to pick this item really quick. Again, every time struggling with the radio menu. So yeah, just make sure you take their blood. You can put it in the refiner later on. Now the other thing is you can actually leave your bike out to respawn. The thing is, it is kind of tedious because the weather can actually destroy your gear. So this kind of dangerous, right? So to do it, let's go over to my bike. It should be up. And take it with me. Here. There it is. Right, so pretty much what you can do, you can actually later on you get this tool where you can actually take it with you and place it where you want to, right? And if you leave it there, if you die, you will spawn where your bike is. Right now the thing is though, if there's a storm coming in, your bike in the storm might be destroyed. And believe me, in the beginning, making your bike takes up a lot of materials. Later on, it's gonna be the same. We don't want it to happen. You can only do it best if you're like in a deep underground somewhere. Leave your bike outside. The other option you can actually do, which is much better in my honest opinion, you have to make one of those beacons here. Let me quickly show you. You'll be able to craft it on power machine. I forgot where it is. So you should be able to craft one of these here. So yeah, like I said before, first A, then X, really annoying. Hopefully they will change this because I'm really struggling with this right here. So what you can pretty much do, then the only thing you pretty much need to do here is you pretty much need to equip it. Right? And once you do like this, equip it, then you can actually drop it on the ground. And if you drop it on the ground, you will respawn right there. So for instance, if I will put it here, press X, place it, I will spawn here if I die. Now also if you have a vehicle in there somewhere, you can also take that as a respawn point. My buggy is at my other base, my big buggy. I don't have the helicopter yet because I'm pretty much enjoying myself, going slowly, not going too fast, and working on my base, stuff like that. Thing that I saw a lot, right? If you go into like one of these research testing stations here, for instance, you're gonna do those a lot, right? Because they're like mandatory. If you go in those, a lot of the times I see people placing in the beginning. Don't do it in the beginning, right? Make sure you kill some enemies first, because every time it's the same. You're gonna get like to a harder fight like halfway through the dungeon, and it's like maybe 15-20 minutes. Then if you're fast, if you complete it, If you know it's me, you might take 5, but if you don't know it, you're at least gonna take 10 minutes. So I wouldn't place this right in the beginning, right? Just make sure you're a little bit further, you kill some enemies, especially if you see like a hollow door where you need to go through, walk through, like a holographic door. Most of the time after the door shuts, you only can go through the door in one way, only pass through one way. So that means there's probably going to be a big fight there. Just place it in front of the door then, and then walk in. It's one of the best things you can actually do, is placing your beacon. Just don't forget to like place it right. Now the other thing is shield activation. As you can see, I press my right, and this is my shield here that I'm wearing. It's a 3. I want to make it 4. Don't have a match yet. MK3, the Mark 3. So thing is, every time when you go, if you go out of, when you log out, you log in, you get kicked out, stuff like that. When you get like an animation of some sorts, it will deactivate by itself. When you die also, it's deactivated. A lot of the times what happened to me, I was like, damn, why am I losing so much damage? I forgot to activate my shield, right? So do remember, it's pretty much right on the D-pad. It's pretty much there. And the left on the D-pad, you basically drink the water in your suit. The other thing is, put your money away. You can see I only have 344. The rest is scattered between my chests. I get them here, some in my other base. There's later on in the game, you're going to be able to go to a bank, and then you can actually put your gear in the bank right there. But the thing what happened with me was I died. I remember I died, and my bike was there, but the game was glitching, and I couldn't respawn on my bike, and I had to walk like 3 miles. Luckily, you have like the skills where you can run fast and then you can glide, stuff like that in the air. But it took me like around 5 to 10 minutes to get back there. And I had 50k on the ground, and I was stressing out right there because making 50k in the beginning of the game, it's freaking hard. I'm not kidding you, right? So make sure, put your money away. When you get like too much money, just stack it away inside of your chests, and make sure you fuel these, that they have enough for a couple of days, right? Because if they run out and it doesn't have electricity, pretty much your shields are down, people can raid your base, stuff like that. It's also not storm protect, shit like that. Yeah, okay, so just make sure you do it. If you put your money away, that's one of the bigger tips also I can give you, to make sure the same thing doesn't happen to you that happened to me right there. Now the other thing is, for your sandbike is a storage. You can choose between the two. I would always take the storage, right? Only take the booster if you need to like travel and you need to like take a lot of gear with you. In the beginning you can do it, but I wouldn't advise it later on. The only way when I do it is like when I need to go somewhere and I know I can have a pretty safe return and I want to carry a lot of stuff, then I go with my booster there. I take my, I put in my inventory, I put the storage, then I detach the booster once I get there, put the storage on, and I ride back with all the stuff and the storage right there. Because I saw somebody, yeah, storage, this and that. I almost died because I would have died if I didn't have the booster. I would have lost my bike and I would have lost a lot of money, and and a ton of gear would have set me back like for days. I'm not kidding you. It was crazy. And I was just running. I was just riding over the sand, and a worm came after me, and I was halfway. And I just boosted, and he hit me at the tail end. I flew up in the air, and I managed to just get on the side of the mountain. And I didn't die. If I wouldn't have had a boost, I wouldn't have been that far when it got to me, and I would have died for sure. So always take the booster. Don't listen to the people say, hey, yeah, for traveling. Yeah, if you want to go a distance, it's too risky, man. It's better that you travel like a couple of times with a booster than without one. You can try it if you want, but if you die, it's on you, But it's just the advice that I'm gonna give you. I will always take the booster before I would take the thingy. Like the thing is here, for instance, right? You see that mountain right there? There's a lot of aluminium there. I can't show it anymore because it's not on the map anymore. You can just see the point there. But there is a lot of aluminium right there. And because it's pretty safe, I can cross here, and I just climb up. I put the bike away. Then I just go up there, filled up myself up my bike, and then jump up with my bike. Because the other tip I'm going to give you is, that you can pretty much jump off. You can pretty much ride off mountains. Doesn't matter how high you fall with your bike, you won't get any fall damage. You will get fall damage even if you fall like this, and if it's high, right? If it's really high, you're probably not gonna die, but it's gonna be a big chunk of your health is gonna go away. So that's also the thing if you do this, right? And if you jump, don't loosen it like this at the ending because now this wasn't high. If it's a little bit higher, you're gonna get fall damage. If you keep it, if you hold it, you're probably not gonna get fall damage if it's not too high, right? So also do remember keep on holding this button right here. Then the other thing is do remember to make sure your inventory is empty enough if you bring in you're delivering your quests. For instance, you're gonna get some quests from some characters, and what happened to me was I was stacked full. I bought it. I brought in the quest. I talked to the guy again, delivering the quest, and I saw like a little thingy pop up, and it said that my inventory was full. So I think he wanted to give me an item. I didn't get the item. Still don't know what it is. It's from one of the masters, one of the teachers, and I actually didn't get the item that he wanted to give me because my inventory was full. The other thing is your first base. If you go to your second one, right? Because my first one was here somewhere. I wish they would go slower. I already checked to make this go slower, but it's how slow this goes down. Crazy. So my first base, because you start here somewhere, right? My first base was here somewhere. I remember, I think it was here. It was near the Griffin Street Straight, folks. And the thing is, then I came up here, and then it says the game you need to like abandon your base, right? Now the base is still abandoned because now I have another base. This one is just me. What I pretty much did, I went back, I abandoned my base, I went back after that, and I got the rewards for it, and I activated it again. I put one of those things in again. I placed one of those beacons again on the ground where you can claim it as your base, and then it was my base again, and I had the base again, right? So I had my two bases, and it was really easy for me to traverse to the two parts. And then sometimes I needed water, put my bike away. There were storms, and I always had a safe spot right there. Now, the other thing is you can actually kill an enemy when you run over with your bike. I didn't even know that, but you can actually kill one with your bike pretty easily. So that's also something you can do. Didn't know that before. It's a lot of fun, though. Now, the other thing is here for gathering, for instance. If I'm going to go over here, right? I want to gather. Before I was like holding it, and sometimes it would like have issues. This is to like flicker your right trigger. If I flicker it, it does it more optimal. Because I was just holding it before. And also you see the thing, the energy goes down. It drains the energy when you do it. They also just do make sure when you flicker it back up, it's going to help you a lot. And then my final tip is for base building base pretty much. Now I saw somebody also saying, yeah, it's not possible anymore because you pretty much right here, right? If I want to move it, you can turn it with R2. That's not how you want to do it. You really want to do it with your movement, with your body yourself. You can actually see if you move yourself without your R2, it kind of clicks. And you can actually see when it clicks straight, right? So you can actually easily, you can see now I'm straight, right? If I would click it like this, you can see clicks, now it's straight again. You can actually easily do it with a controller. It's actually a really good way that I actually did it, you know. It's pretty easy once you get used to it. Just don't do it the R2, the L2. If you want to do something and you want to put it like to another side, like give it a weird angle or something, then you can turn with the R2, but it's really sensitive. It's like too sensitive to even do it properly, so I would do it looking like that. Now, yeah, that was basically it for the video, peeps. Those were my tips that I got for you. It is on a controller, so you kind of need to figure it out how you need to do it with your mouse and keyboard, if something helped right there. But yeah, if there's any questions or something you want to say about it or want to give some extra advice and stuff like that, leave it down in the comment section. And yeah, we will catch you guys on the next one. Laters.